evening and welcome. You're watching the 7 o'clock news on CNC3. I'm Ria Ramble.
I'm Ryan Beachu.
I'm Jovan Ravella with Sport.
And I'm Jamal Krampasad with your weather.
Let's tell you what's making the news tonight. Growing calls for the PM to reveal the independent senators who allegedly tried to sell votes for favors. The Integrity Commission says it needs names to act.
Jamaica's Foreign Affairs Minister defends the country's ZOS legislation after the bill failed to make it through TNT's Senate.
Attorney for family of Joshua Samaru wants the police commissioner to step away from the investigation.
In sport, Anissa Muhammad annihilates Guyana women as Red Force Divas rebound in Women's Super 50.
Showers and Saharan dust tomorrow. I'll have the details in tonight's weather report.
As pressure mounts for the Prime Minister to name the independent senators who allegedly tried to trade their votes for favors, the Integrity Commission says it cannot act without specifics. Commission Chairman Hayden Gills tells CNC3 News for there to be a meaningful assessment of a breach, then the senators and their actions must be revealed. Akash Samaru has more, including calls from Michaela Pandey and Vasant Bharat for the PM to speak up or withdraw the allegations.
We've asked a few times, but the Prime Minister is yet to name exactly who are the two senators who allegedly sought to trade their support for the ZOSO bill for personal favours. It's an accusation that several independents forcefully denied, but it's quite a serious allegation, as if true, this could be a breach of several laws. The senators could allegedly be in contravention of the Prevention of Corruption Act, the Integrity in Public Life Act, and misbehaviour in public office. But if there's to be an assessment and investigation by the Integrity Commission, then its chairman, Hayden Gitton, said they need more to work with. The chairman was asked by CNC3 News if what was placed in the public domain by the Prime Minister is enough for them to act. Gitton said it doesn't appear to be enough information. The chairman said for the commission to take action, it needs to narrow in on a specific person or specific act. He added that for an allegation to be useful and probative, there has to be specifics, and the Integrity Commission cannot be expected to act on an unsupported allegation. And while the Integrity Commission did not call for the Prime Minister to name the senators, Patriotic Front leader Michaela Pandey did. Pandey said it's a serious allegation that requires full disclosure, including what was allegedly sought and who was involved, so the appropriate authorities can properly assess the claim. The Patriotic Front leader added that without clear details, the claim remains unresolved and troubling and should not be left in the realm of social media. Meanwhile, former UNC Minister Vasant Bharat is of a similar view. He warned that making such serious claims publicly without triggering a formal investigation risks undermining public confidence in national institutions. Bharat said the Prime Minister was quick to name those with bus route passes, but is being vague with this serious matter. Now, CNC3 News also tried to get a comment from the President, who has authority over the independent bench. However, while the Office of the President acknowledged our questions, we still await a response. Akash Samaru, CNC3 News.
Silence from government senators as they refuse to identify the two independent senators accused by Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar of attempting to solicit personal favors to secure their vote for the ZOSO bill. The Prime Minister stated that the two independent senators approached a senior government senator but did not identify anyone. CNC3 News contacted several of the government senators. They declined to comment on the issue.
Today we asked, do you think the Prime Minister should reveal the names of the two independent senators who allegedly sought bribes in exchange for their Senate votes?
This is what you had to tell us.
Absolutely. If she is making such a claim, it is imperative, or else she might as well shut up. And I personally think that claim she is making is all about saving face.
Yes, she could name them because people will say she covering the truth, and we need to know what is going on.
She has to do that, yes.
I think most definitely. I mean, if you're gonna call people out, don't just have them hiding under the string, hiding under the bench. Call them out.
Definitely. Then that way you know which senators are on the take or not, and see how accurate the statement is to begin with.
Yes, she should name them.
Jamaica still thinks there's much to be gained from the Zones of Special Operations legislation after it failed in the Senate.
Keishan Haynes spoke to Jamaica's Foreign Affairs Minister at CAF's International Economic Forum last night.
CAF coverage, brought to you by First Line Securities Limited, creating wealth for 20 years.
Day 2 of CAF's Economic Forum, and we continue to say that there's more that unites us than divides us. And one thing that unites Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica is the Zone of Special Operations. We were able to speak to Jamaica's Foreign Affairs Minister, Kimina Johnson-Smith, who was surprised to learn that our legislation failed. But she said, while not a magic bullet in Jamaica to solving crime, it was an integral part of it.
It's because it combines social action with hard policing. So you have the softer policy side, the engagement of all your agencies of social change. You are bringing in your truants, you're ensuring that disenfranchised youth have opportunities and training. You're ensuring that there's better garbage collection to ensure that there's community pride and there's a creation of a mindset that helps to have communities feel a buy-in for the ownership of peace and safety in their community, together with the hard policing.
Now, Jamaica, like Trinidad and Tobago, has a problem with police-involved shootings. There were over 300 last year. We asked Kimina Johnson-Smith what her country was doing about it.
Training. So intensive human rights training. Human rights has become a core curriculum element in police training now. So once you're recruited, this is part of what you learn as a policeman. So Prime Minister has been insistent that the force must be transformed. And so understanding not only how you deal with citizens, but ensuring that, that they are well trained. And therefore, you're not going out and scattershot and bystanders being hit by government bullets.
And we were able to see Prime Minister Andrew Holness, but we didn't get a chance to speak to him on camera. But officials we spoke to did tell us that a lot of the amendments that our independent senators or opposition senators would have proposed, like a sunset clause or the ability to not have the Prime Minister be the sole person to choose the special zones of operations, those are actually pillars in the Jamaican legislation. Another thing that they told us was that even though the legislation was drafted really quickly, it took months of debate in their parliament to convince the parliament and the people that the zones of special operations were a good idea. A lot different than what happened in Trinidad and Tobago, where it seemed to be a little rush to catch that January 31st deadline of the end of the state of emergency. Keishan Haynes, CNC3 News, Panama City, Panama.
CAF coverage, brought to you by First Line Securities Limited, creating wealth for 20 years.
Thank you very much, Keishan. The family of Joshua Samaru, who was fatally shot by police last weekend, is tonight calling for the police commissioner to step aside from the investigation. Samaru's family made the call through their attorney, Kristen J. Williams, following Police Commissioner Alistair Guavaro's public defense of his officers. The top cop said he viewed evidence and found that there was no need to send the officers on leave pending the investigation. Williams, however, criticized the commissioner's stance, warning this has undermined confidence in the investigation.
Whenever the Commissioner of Police comes out with such bravado defending his officers, from what we say, can be the indefensible. It makes way as to whether or not there is an inherent bias in his actions at this stage, and whether or not we can, his actions, his statements, and his administrative process to date in this matter, whether it will stand scrutiny both locally and internationally, whether or not it will meet the threshold where we say that he should step down and step aside.
Williams is hoping the Police Service Commission will step in to ensure Samaru's killing is not another failed police killing probe. In fact, the family wants Justice Minister Devish Maharaj to use this case to push for policies to treat with police killings going forward.
And I'm also pretty sure that part of his agenda will be to bring constitutional reform when it comes to police killings in Trinidad and Tobago, so we could have change in this country.
The January 20th incident, which occurred during a high-speed chase, left Samaru dead and his common-law wife Kaya Seeley paralyzed.
CNC3 News understands Seeley was rushed back to hospital today after experiencing breathing difficulties. And Samaru's father is pushing back against comments by Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander, suggesting that laws may be needed to restrict the posting of police videos on social media. Christopher Samaru said any attempt to silence such footage would only deepen mistrust and shield wrongdoing. Samaru argues that transparency is critical, given public complaints about fatal police encounters that receive little attention.
We need to know what the police is doing. Too much innocent people are being killed, and you're not hearing about it. And if you live in Laventil, or if you live in Mova, if you live in John, you don't hear about it. You don't hear about it. Too much innocent people. We have criminals in the police service that are going around killing people, and you don't hear about it.
Meanwhile, former National Security Minister Marvin Gonzalez cautions that Alexander's comments could further erode public trust in law enforcement.
Gonzalez says the threat of legislation to restrict the dissemination of information should be taken seriously. Former Police Commissioner Gary Griffith also took Alexander to task for his comment.
And one trade union is condemning the police commissioner's decision to keep the officers involved in Joshua Samaru's fatal shooting on duty.
Despite public outrage and calls for accountability from the Law Association, Commissioner Alistair Guevara said a review of video footage showed no justification for suspension of the officers. NATOC General Secretary Michael Anisette says suspension is a safeguard, not a presumption of guilt, and failing to apply it in cases involving civilian deaths sends a dangerous message of impunity. The union is calling for immediate suspension of the officers, independent oversight of the investigation, and assurance that justice, not bias, guides national institutions.
So they come in the news. Tutor and the Education Ministry confirm teacher attendance today almost back to normal.
Tensions remain high at Rio Claro School despite heightened police presence.
Coming up in sport, under-17 women go top of Group F with a statement win in CONCACAF Qualifier.
This is your captain speaking. Welcome to Carib Country. Feel the vibration.
Feel it. It's simple mathematics, actually. You know, we think that investment is extremely complicated, but it's not. It's really mathematical formulae managed in a way to make sure that you earn and you understand what you're earning, and that allows you to plan for the future. That's what we give our clients.
First Line Securities, helping Trinidad and Tobago invest for almost 2 decades. Invest with us.
Auxiliary workers at the Eric Williams Medical Sciences Complex are calling for higher pay and the proper equipment to do their jobs.
The workers from the stores, kitchen, engineering and other departments held a protest outside the compound today, backed by their union representative, Kester Thomas. The workers say they have been without protective gear for years, and while they were fearful in the past of speaking out, they are fed up now. They are claiming that the patients are at risk of not having their dietary needs met due to a lack of ingredients. Despite their angst over the lack of equipment, Thomas assures that they are not prepared to leave patients unattended.
They are not going to shut down any hospital. I hope everybody knows that. But they came to send a message that they had enough. They came to the penultimate boiling point, and they wanted to be redressed by the powers that be. That's all they want right now.
Chairman of the North Central Regional Health Authority, Dr. Tim Gopi Singh, says he has become accustomed to people protesting against him. He says his stance on curbing corruption within the Regional Health Authority may have triggered those who once benefited from it.
Within a short period of time, we have been able to save the Regional Health Authority approximately $150 million under strict governance and accountability. removing all the widespread corruption and mismanagement from within the NCRHA. And this is not surprising that you will have protests.
Thomas explained that while the National Nursing Association represents some workers at the hospital, he is not prepared to join forces, saying the Public Services Association is taking care of its business.
He added that following a meeting with various health authorities earlier this month, he's assured that the workers will have their needs met as well.
Teachers across the country returned to classrooms today after a two-day absenteeism that parents say caused concerns over unsupervised students.
Their absence, described as a silent protest, stemmed from frustration over delays in a 5% salary increase. The Education Ministry said the increases are in the implementation phase following cabinet ratification this week. The Teachers Association confirmed improved attendance, but said teachers remain dissatisfied with the delayed payments. Tutor President Crystal Ash said formal communication from the ministry has been limited, leaving teachers uneasy about timelines and back pay. Many members remain disappointed and despondent, feeling their concerns over delayed salaries have not been fully addressed.
However, there are no dates identified on that particular document from the Ministry of Education, the Communications Department. No dates, no timelines. So Tutor is still a bit apprehensive because thus far, every time the ministry would have told us one thing, they came and they basically reneged on their promises. So we're not sure what to believe at this point in time.
But parents confirmed that schools continued as normal today as teachers resumed duties.
The Chamber of Industry and Commerce is raising concerns over the recent 77% increase in natural gas rates announced by the National Gas Company. Last week, CNC3 News reported that NGC had officially informed local manufacturers who use natural gas that the price of the commodity will be increased by the end of January. The Chamber says early feedback shows rising business costs, and it is gathering data to measure the impact. It acknowledges that manufacturers have long benefited from subsidized energy to support diversification and competitiveness, but cautions that structural reforms must be carefully managed. Local carrier Caribbean Airlines is selling 2 of its ATR aircraft as it attempts to reduce costs. In a notice posted to its website, 2 14-year-old ATR 72-600s are up for sale on a where-is-as-is basis. Interested parties have until February 6th to submit a bid. CAL has 10 ATRs in its fleet, 5 it owns and 5 are leased. The sale of these planes will bring that number down to 8. CNC3 News understands it is part of the state-owned carrier's cost-cutting drive. Over the past few months, the airline has terminated underperforming routes and announced plans to close its Barbados hub. The ATRs were bought in 2011 at a cost of US $18.9 million each.
Inter-Caribbean Airways has announced intentions to begin flying to Trinidad. The Turks and Caicos-based airline will offer up to 4 flights weekly between Trinidad and Barbados at a time to offer at least 12 onward connections.
But while the airline will compete directly with Caribbean Airlines, Chief Executive Officer Trevor Sadler says they are coming to both compete and collaborate.
Every airline that enters a market typically has an incumbent company, but that doesn't mean there's not room for someone else to enter those markets. So we look forward to working together, I'm sure, both competitively and at the same time on a complementary basis. Yes, you can take 6 flights, 5 flights, 6 flights a day with Caribbean Airlines into Barbados, but our strength is also the connectivity. If Barbados isn't where you're going, but you're going somewhere else, does it work to fly with us? And it's a fairly strong market between these 2 points.
The airline focuses on connecting and transfer traffic across the region. Sadler told CNC3 News the secret to their success is moving carefully in the market and not expanding too quickly.
It currently flies to over 20 destinations, and Sadler isn't ruling out the possibility of another one that's close to home.
Tobago is an important destination for us. We haven't made a committed entry date, but we certainly are very interested in establishing the timing of when we can also connect Tobago to our network to increase the inbound tourism opportunities, folks that come out of Europe connecting over Barbados, which is a place where we have established interline agreements that allows the traffic coming out of both Europe and the UK market to connect with us and continue to initially here and in time into Tobago.
Flights to Trinidad will begin on March 8th.
Tonight in Business Watch, local suppliers in Trinidad and Tobago's vital oil and gas sector say the country's ongoing foreign exchange crisis is no longer just a business challenge. It's becoming a system-wide threat.
And in other business news, yet another Port of Spain business is shifting its operational model as Lachlan and the Gans has announced a major transition. Geisha Carlesa Alonso has more.
Energy sector suppliers say the worsening foreign exchange shortage is severely limiting their ability to import specialized materials and equipment required to support industry clients. At the TNT Energy Chamber's annual conference, several suppliers told Business Watch that the Forex squeeze has moved beyond market issue and is now a system-wide threat, especially for businesses struggling to import essential equipment.
It has been quite challenging in regulating the stock and inventory as opposed to what you have outstanding. Certain credibilities, which it is that Trinidad persons have or had, would give you a timeline that you have a couple of months to pay. But now, because of our inconsistency, because we can't get it from the bank, it makes it difficult for us to actually have that.
Another supplier also shared his difficulties in obtaining Forex to keep his business afloat.
Every day, it's a battle, it's a back and forth conversation with customers for payment in US dollars, for the banks to access US to import goods. A lot of the products are engineered products that we import, and that's what you need to support the energy industry in Trinidad. It's not something that you could go to a massy stores and buy. They have to be imported, and there are a lot of obstacles to getting access to US dollar currency now.
In other business news, another long-standing Port of Spain business is changing course. Lachlan and Gans says its tool store, after 75 years in operations, will close its current format and be transformed into a new showroom for LaFast Motors. In a post to customers, the company explains it is taking thoughtful steps towards the next phase of its journey by reimagining its physical space to better reflect where the business is heading. This comes as several Port of Spain businesses already announced closures or restructuring in the past 2 weeks, signaling ongoing adjustments in the capital's commercial footprint. And now for a look at today's energy and Forex prices. Geisha Carlesa Alonso, CNC3 Business Watch.
Right, yesterday we reported that hundreds of Port of Spain City Corporation workers had been sent home, and we attributed this statement to the Port of Spain mayor. Today, CNC3 News would like to clarify that the mayor was not referring to workers from the corporation, but those from various make-work programs who had been sent home in previous months. The error is regretted. Let's tell you what's still to come in the news tonight. A young man's quick action saves a child and her grandmother.
We had relatively wet conditions today over Trinidad with scattered showers, one or two becoming heavy at times during the afternoon. Conditions have now settled a bit. I'll have the details on the forecast coming up just after the break.
The FIFA World Cup is coming, and all eyes are on Lamine Yamal.
You like it?
To Asia, ultra premium, all inclusive. St. Andrews Golf Club Car Park, Mocha Marabao. Sunday, 1st February 2026 from 4 p.m. On stage, we are bringing to you Nyla Blackman, Raymond Ramnarine, and Dylan Adan. The Camtasia with the All Stars Band featuring Viking Ding Dong, College Boy Jassy, and Alnika Berry. Unlimited drinks, over 40 dishes to tantalize your taste buds. Get your tickets online at Island E-Tickets, all regular outlets, or call 742-4309 or 685-8697.
Get the best back
back-to-school specials at Southern Food Baskets. Anchor cheddar and vegetarian cheese, 250 grams, 2 for $44.95. Golden brand margarine, 227 grams, 3 for $19.95. Wings, 1 kg, $29.95. Protect soap, 3-pack, $18.95. Colgate Great Regular Flavor, 4 ounces, 2 for $29.95. Soft and Pretty bathroom tissue, 12-pack for $18.95. Offers available while stocks last.
I love Choka. This Saturday, Center of Excellence Car Park, we celebrate 10 years of Choka. Live on stage, Michelle Montano. Full blown. Lady Lava.
But for nothing in this world, I say I can't pick a good man.
Ravi B, Nisha B, and Karma.
She love the roti, she love the choker.
Young Brother.
And give me inch by inch.
And it's Samaru. Savita Singh. Master Salim, Orlando Octave, Viking Ding Dong, KI, Super Blue, Rowty Ramru, Iowa George, Trupati, and more. General tickets, $250. For more information, call 498-1698. This Saturday, Center of Excellence Car Park, 10 years of Choka.
I love Choka.
If you want real energy, just sing on if you got time to. Good source of iron for me and for you. Make you feel like say you have energy for two. When you make a mad flex with you and your crew work late, I left the gym after 2. Vigatan tonic got the remedy for some man for sue. So sing on if you got time to. Vigatan, from your new energy you are defend. Just sing on if you got time 10. Strong up your body, drink and come again. Vigatan 2 are the remedy, my friend.
Vigatan 2, good source of vitamin and iron for you.
Trinidad, it's the season of wins at Passad's the Food King. Shop more, save more, and win more. Creamery yogurt, 4 tubs for $20. Catelli tomato ketchup, 750 ml, 3 for $20. Golden brand margarine, 3 sticks for $20. Creamery ice cream, 2 gallons, now $99. Fruta Cool Kids, 200 ml, 4 packs, now $10. Sierra Chicken Franks, 3 packs for $20. Country Pride all-purpose flour, 2 kilograms, 2 for $24.99. Richport vegetable oil, 3 liters, $49.99. Caribbean Parboiled rice, 4 kilograms, $35.99. Swiss pasta cuts, 300 grams, 4 for $20. Matux guava jam, 307 grams, 2 for $21.99. MP's peanut butter, 250 grams, 2 for $20. Fresh Harvest peas and carrots, 4 tins, $20. Rosemont chicken Vienna sausage, 4 tins, $20. And remember, for every $300 spent, you can enter to win fully loaded coolers, sound systems, 50-inch smart TVs, and more in the season of wins.
Quality value, that's our way. That's we're here to stay. The Food King. Besides.
All right, it's time for the weather forecast. Jean-Marc, you said today and tomorrow would be rain, and it rained today. Can we expect the same amount of rain tomorrow? I mean, we have to party this weekend.
We are expecting more rain tomorrow. However, I don't think it'll be as intense as what we got today, but it will be a bit more isolated. So let's see how it's shaping up on the satellite. Now, we had a few heavy showers today, but that has mostly settled, with showers mainly over Tobago and the northeastern areas of Trinidad currently. Off to our east, there are a few more showers lined up. However, there's a slightly drier area behind it just here, which will move over us over the weekend. So the forecast for tonight, we can expect partly cloudy conditions with a few showers still passing through. Overnight lows of 24 in Trinidad and 25 in Tobago. Now you might think that the temperature should be lower in the night with the extra cloud cover as well, but the clouds during the night actually trap some of the heat absorbed by the ground and structures during the daytime. So now tomorrow, we can expect those occasional showers to continue with a few heavy showers possible, favoring the afternoon over Tobago and northern areas of Trinidad. Now I'll still maintain the possibility of street flooding in the event of a heavy downpour, especially since I drove through just under a foot of water in Cocorite early this afternoon. But after those showers dissipate late tomorrow, the moderate Saharan dust will then move in and be a bit more noticeable, and the haze may appear a bit thicker around the sunset. Now the dust is expected to stick around over the weekend, decreasing our air quality from good to moderate. The concentrations will start to decrease on Monday, then getting down to negligible levels by Tuesday. So for those who are sensitive to the change, please take the appropriate precautions. Sea conditions are moderate with waves in open waters up to 2 meters and calm to smooth in sheltered areas. Winds out of the southeast at around 15 knots. Now the winds are expected to increase a bit tomorrow into Saturday, so the waves will also slightly increase, but still not enough to be classified as rough. Looking ahead, scattered showers tomorrow with the odd heavy shower. Then we'll have some isolated brisk showers over the weekend, and that's followed by a slightly drier day on Monday. Then a few showers return on Tuesday. Remember, the moderate dust is expected from late Friday all the way until Monday, and we'll likely have a mild high of 30 degrees tomorrow, and then they gradually increase as the days progress as we have some longer sunny periods. Now, I know the slight improvement in the forecast for the weekend is good news, but we'll still have those brisk showers. I'm not sure how partying with a face mask on due to the dust would be. Is that fashionable?
Some people do it without the dust, you know. Yeah.
But
it's for identity purposes. They tend to hide.
Dust or no dust, rain, everyone's still going to be partying.
That's right. All right. Thank you so much, Jean-Marc. Well, still to come in the news. Kaiso and Han dominate tonight's roundup of Carnival events.
Trinidad, the season of wins is here at Passat's The Food King and Bright Ideas. One season, many chances, big wins. From premium Leroy chocolates to Moet champagne and fine wine to booming sound systems, fully loaded coolers, and even 50-inch smart TVs. Here's how you can enter to win. For every $300 spent at Passat's The Food King or Bright Ideas, you receive one entry form, fill it out, and drop it in the entry box. Weekly Carnival Cooler Line draws every Saturday and one massive grand finale. The season of wins ends on February 26th and the grand carnival draw on Saturday, February 28th. Shop, enter, and win in the season of wins.
Quality value, that's our way. The real Passats, we're here to stay. The Food King. Passats.
Struggling with blood sugar swings, high blood pressure, or stiff joints? Take control with Aja Nutrition's powerful wellness trio. Berberine Plus supports healthy blood sugar. Blood pressure support helps keep your pressure in check. And Joint Aid keeps your joints moving so you can stay active every day. Don't wait. Choose Aja Nutrition for trusted, effective solutions. Available at Pennywise and leading pharmacies nationwide. Feel better, move better, live better with Aja Nutrition.
Get the best back-to-school specials at Southern Food Baskets. Gala apples, 10 for $20. Tyson chicken leg quarters, 11 pounds, $94.95. Sunland chicken breast, 4 pounds, $94.95. Forte Frost straight cut fries, 2 for $69.95. Swiss Spouch ketchup, 2 for $19.95. Swiss macaroni and spaghetti, 400 grams, 4 for $19.95. Swiss lasagna, 2 for $23.95. Aquapure, 330 ml, 5 cases for $90. Offers available while stocks last.
Only BioStrath gives your body more than 60 of the essential nutrients it needs every day in a product that's 100% natural for stronger immunity, enhanced focus, increased energy and stamina. BioStrath. Get what you need naturally.
This Saturday, Center of Excellence Car Park, we celebrate 10 years of Choker. Live on stage, Michelle Montano. Home Blown. Lady Lava.
For nothing in this world, I say I can't pick a good man.
Ravi B, Nisha B, and Karma.
She love the roti, she love the choker.
Young Brother.
And give me inch by inch.
And it's Samru. Savita Singh. Master Salim, Orlando Active, Viking Ding Dong, KI, Super Blue, Rowty Ramru, Iowa George, Trupati, and more. General tickets, $250. For more information, call 498-1698. This Saturday, Center of Excellence Car Park, 10 years of Choker.
Southern Food Basket. Quality food to fill your basket. Get it all at Southern Food Basket. Fresh goods on every aisle with best prices. For the best market around, high quality meat pound for pound. Get the best for less, start shopping. Go to Southern Food Basket. Shopping how you like it. High quality at the best prices. Every aisle just right and special.
Get a free pair of polarized sunglasses with the purchase of new Gen S Transitions lenses with anti-reflective coating and frames. Selected designer frames now just $4.99. With additional promotions, hurry. Limited time only at Seaview Optical.
Trinidad, it's the season of wins at Facades de Food King. Shop more, save more, and win more. Creamery yogurt, 4 tubs for $20. Catelli tomato ketchup, 750 ml, 3 for $20. Golden brand margarine, 3 sticks for $20. Creamery ice cream, 2 gallons, now $99. Fruta Cool Kids, 200 ml, 4 packs, now $10. Sierra Chicken Franks, 3 packs for $20. Country Pride all-purpose flour, 2 kilograms, 2 for $24.99. Richport vegetable oil, 3 liters, $49.99. Caribbean parboiled rice, 4 kilograms, $35.99. Swiss pasta cuts, 300 grams, 4 for $20. Matux guava jam, 307 grams, 2 for $21.99. MP's peanut butter, 250 grams, 2 for $20. Fresh harvest peas and carrots, 4 tins, $20. Rosemont chicken Vienna sausage, 4 tins, $20. And remember, for every $300 spent, you can enter to win fully loaded coolers, sound systems, 50-inch smart TVs, and more in the season of wins.
That's where here to stay. The Food King Facades.
Welcome back. What started as an ordinary errand turned into an extraordinary act of bravery.
A 22-year-old man is being hailed as a hero after stopping a runaway car and saving a child inside. Carissa Lee and Kwamina Payne have this story.
I wasn't supposed to be there on that day. I wasn't supposed to be there. I was going to sleep.
But when Timothy Thomas's grandmother asked him to drive to their family's business, he did not hesitate. As he drove along John Dial Road, he saw something unusual, an incoming vehicle without anyone behind the wheel.
And after looking at the vehicle and realizing that there's no driver in it, it was going uncontrollably in my direction, on my lane. I saw 2 people running to the vehicle, running down the vehicle and waving, panting in a kind of way to get my attention.
The 22-year-old sprang into action, chasing after the vehicle.
I think my step was, I just started to run toward the vehicle. Right. Say about the Irish part, you see, those friends there.
It was only when he entered the gold Toyota Axio that he noticed a 5-year-old child in the back seat.
The handbrakes was up. I didn't have to pull the handbrakes up. Afterwards, I picked up the young lady and I came out of the vehicle. It was just a moment of relief for the grandparent.
The family asked for privacy at this time, but a fruit vendor told the CNC3 News that the grandmother had stopped to buy something when the incident occurred.
The car took off. The car took off and we started running behind the car because somebody raised an alarm and say, who driving the car? And this young man here, as we was running going after the car, this young man here come now and stop on the side of the road. We didn't tell him nothing.
A passerby shared the story online. Timothy said when the grandmother met up with them, she was devastated, but has not stopped thanking him since.
She shows her appreciation. She thanks me a lot, but I tell her, you don't have to thank me. After thank God.
The young man said he tries to stay grounded spiritually and believes God put him in the right place at the right time. He told the young people like himself that God can also use them for good.
It's very easy to pick up a knife. It's very easy to pick up a gun. It's very easy to snatch a bag. It's very easy to do the wrong sort of things. Wherever spirituality you would like to really involve yourself in, just make sure you believe in the positive parts of it.
Carissa Lee, CNC3 News.
Wow.
Quite a remarkable story there. And I mean, he deserves every accolade, every blessing that he gets for what he did.
He was made to be there and to act in the brave way that he did.
Such a godsend.
Yeah. Now it's time for sport. Jovan, we thought we had it. We looked like we had it. Then the West Indies just gave it away.
Yeah, Ryan, it's another defeat in South Africa as the West Indies bowling drops the ball. And national sporting organizations make the case for sport as an agent for change. Details when sport returns.
Step into ABC Doors and Windows, where quality meets variety. Discover premium wooden, steel panel, fiberglass, and steel security doors alongside aluminum, UPVC, and steel windows designed for strength and durability. At ABC, we're always a better choice, delivering products built to last and service you can rely on. Visit our showroom at 1 Chanka Trace, El Socorro South, or call 638-7184 to make your dream home a reality.
Welcome to Holiday Inn Express and Suites.
Do enjoy, Stacey. You want some coffee?
Can I have
a Perfect then.
That's exactly what we need.
Hi, the pool is this way.
Whatever you're here for, we're here for you. Stay smart at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites.
Get the best back-to-school specials at Southern Food Baskets. Anchor cheddar and vegetarian cheese, 250 grams, 2 for $44.95. Golden brand margarine, 227 grams, 3 for $19.95. Wings, 1 kg, $29.95. Protect soap, 3-pack, $18.95. Colgate Great Regular Flavor, 4 ounces, 2 for $29.95. Soft and Pretty bathroom tissue, 12-pack for $18.95. Offers available while stocks last.
Your immune system is your first line of defense. Discover BioStrath Immune Health. BioStrath Immune Health is enriched with zinc, ensuring that your body stays resilient. BioStrath Immune Health. Get what you need naturally.
Welcome back. It's time for sport. Veteran spinner Anissa Mohammed took 8 for 11 as Trinidad and Tobago blew away Guyana in their second match of the Women's Super 50 at Park Hill in St. Vincent. Ian Wilson has the highlights of a fixture which wrapped in just under 2 hours.
By the end of the innings, you wouldn't believe that it was Guyana that chose to bat first. Openers Mandy Mangru and Liliana Grimond got to 12 before the chaos started. Mangru was caught by Amelia Khan for 5 to give Anissa Mohammed the first wicket. Next over, Karishma Ramarak took care of Laureen Williams and Anissa Mohammed with a catch, 13 for 2. Guyana crawled to 17 before Mohammed bowled Grimond for 8 at 17 for 3. And in the same over, Shemaine Campbell tried to test Amelia Khan in the field, and just like she did in the T20 Blaze, Khan did it again. Bullseye! 18 for 4. Mohammed did not let up. Shabika Gajnabi was caught by Brittany Cooper, 20 for 5. Then double wickets in the 11th over, Shanetta Gremond and Latoya Williams with back-to-back balls. Mohammed with 5 wickets in her purse. In her next over, she got her 6th, Ashmini Monisau, as Guyana had no answer for the off-spinner from Grandi. And in the final over, her laser-accurate deliveries accounted for Plafiana Millington and Tremaine Marks, both ducks, as the Guyanese were bowled out for 31, Mohammed taking 8 for 11. Trinidad and Tobago lost Chanel South for 5 in the chase, but got 11 from Janaba Joseph and Samara Ramnath, who hit the match's only 2 boundaries, as Trinidad and Tobago won by 9 wickets, reaching 32 for 1. Ian Wason, CNC3 Sport.
Very impressive there from the Divas. Now, a good batting performance from the West Indies was not supported by the bowlers as the regional side went under to South Africa in the second T20 today at Centurion Park. More again from Ian Wason.
West Indies lost skipper Shea Hope for 4 after they were sent into bat. The early setback saw them at 7 for 1. After Hope's departure, it was all Shimron Hetmeyer and Brandon King as pre-tournament assessments continued. It looked like Windies found their new number 3 as the Guyanese plundered the Proteas bowling. Hetmeyer raised his 50 and West Indies 100 all at once. The partnership ended at 133 for 2. King made 49. The pair added 126 in 10.2 overs. Rovman Powell made 2 before he was out. Windies 142 for 3. And Hetmeyer was finally dismissed, gone for a well-played 75 from 42 balls. Then it was the Sherfane Rutherford show. The left-hander was brutal on the bowlers. Rutherford hit 5 fours and 4 sixes as he and Romario Shepherd shared in a 76-run partnership from 35 balls. Rutherford raised his 4th T20 50 as the men in maroon closed on a commendable 221 for 5. Just like West Indies, the Proteas lost their captain Aidan Markram early. He made 14. But that united Quinton de Kock and Ryan Rickleton, who went berserk on the Windies bowlers. De Kock raised his 19th 50 in T20 internationals. West Indies did not help themselves by putting down Rickleton. He made use of his second life, recording a 3rd 50 in T20s. De Kock then converted his 50 into his second T20 100 and finally out for 115 to West Indies relief at 189, ending a 162-run partnership. Rickleton continued on to 77 not out as they got to 225 for 3 in 17.3 overs to win by 7 wickets and lead the series 2-0. Skipper Shea Hope bemoaned his team's defense of their total.
Oh yeah, it's always tough bowling in these conditions here, especially when the ball flies like this at Centurion. But the execution there, you can see, as long as we don't execute the way we want to, it's going to be difficult. And these guys are quality players, so you're always going to be under pressure. So the minute we don't execute the way we want, we're always going to find ourselves playing catch-ups.
With the series already lost, West Indies will continue the World Cup preparations in the final fixture on Saturday at Johannesburg. Ian Wason, CNC3 Sport.
Thanks, Ian. Now, almost on cue, cricket analyst Andre Lawrence is not confident of the West Indies' chances in the upcoming World Cup. The team was announced on Monday ahead of the tournament in South Africa, and Lawrence is particularly concerned with the bowling unit.
I think that it's not going to be a very good team to compete once you get to maybe the knockout stages. They may do well enough in the preliminary stages simply because the West Indies group has been weakened by Bangladesh no longer being part of the World Cup, having been replaced by Scotland. But I thought that the selection had no imagination.
Strong words there now. Trinidad and Tobago's national under-17 women footballers recorded their first win of the CONCACAF Women's Under-17 qualifiers last evening, a drubbing of neighbours Barbados. Caston Cupid has the highlights as TNT moved to top of Group F.
John. The young women warriors facing Caribbean rivals Barbados took the lead courtesy a horrible mix-up in the back, and Sandy Wilson rolled it in for the 1-0 advantage after 10 minutes of play. The Bajans made up for that 2 minutes later, Gabriella Birmingham from way out. It was end-to-end action as TNT regained the lead in the 17th, Wilson doing the work, 2-1 the score. It was 3-1 in the 34th, Saya Matthews with the header. TNT really found their scoring touch, Rory Gittins with a bender from outside the box, 4-1 in the 40th. Encouraged by the long-range goals in this match, Tori Jean-Jacques made it 5-1 in first half injury time. Gittins found the Chelsea John unmarked in the box, 6-1 in the 51st. Jean-Jacques got her second, 4 minutes later, it was now 7-1. Barbados still fighting, won a penalty. Gabriella Birmingham converted to get her second of the night, making it 7-2. But TNT had the last save from the spot. Penalty for Jay Jones to convert 8-2 the final, as a commanding performance carried them to the top of the standings on 4 points, while Barbados suffered their second defeat, pointless at the bottom of the standings. Caston Cupid, CNC3 Sport.
Now, off the field, a Joint Select Committee inquiry into sports efficacy and positively impacting at-risk youth laid bare past successes in using sport as a tool for national development. But it also made clear several factors which may stymie any future progress. Here's more. Today's meeting of the Joint Select Committee of Social Services and Public Administration, chaired by Independent Senator Dr. Desiree Murray, engaged officials from cricket, football, boxing and aquatics. Among them, TNT Football Association 3rd Vice President Jameson Reegs, who touted the reach of its countrywide high-performance program.
We created TTFA high-performance sub-centers. So the sub-centers, they are being implemented in those rural communities, some of the at-risk communities, so that we have a broader view and a broader access.
Reegs also noted that despite financial constraints, FIFA's Football for Schools has doubled primary school participation, but noted that a lack of access and inconsistent preparation of services have also stymied the TTFA's outreach efforts. The committee's vice chair offered a solution.
And we have to work more intensely with these regional corporations. So as you do your programs,
happens if you provide a list to the committee of those communities that you say you have intense participation, it would help inform us to do better work.
The Sport Ministry's Parliamentary Secretary had another suggestion for both football and cricket.
That for sport to progress, if you agree with me, both for cricket and football, our two major sports, we must have specific facilities for those two sports in every constituency.
He encouraged both governing bodies to collaborate on proposals to make it become a reality, suggesting that such a proposal could find favour with the present administration. TND Cricket Board First Vice President Altaf Baksh says financial constraints have also affected their development effort.
For approximately 4 years, we haven't had the grassroots program due to absence of funding. But that did not prevent us from trying to reach out to and ensure that there's talent identification. We have embarked after our retreat with the executive to have a coaching caravan where we have targeted the 4 corners of Trinidad and Tobago.
Baksh boasted that grassroots programs have allowed the TTCB to track athletes including Salim Khan, Daniel Holder and Akil Hossain from their formative years to the senior national teams. Another beneficiary of the talent pipeline, Cephas Cooper, credited cricket for moulding him.
I was also a part of the academy where they taught us like leadership skills, time management, nutrition and stuff like that. I think all those things played a big part in my development, not just as a cricketer, but productive.
The Cooper 11 Foundation, established by Cooper and his brothers, seeks to pass on lessons that he believes can go beyond the game's boundaries. Jovan Ravello, CNC3 Sport. Sport for good, I like it. Now, for our Sport High tonight, we return to some women's cricket for an exceptional performance from Anissa Mohammed. Enjoy.
Playing for the Red Force Divas, Anissa Mohammed was in ripping form, and I mean really ripping form. Taking not 1, not 2, not even 3 wickets, she surpassed a 5-wicket haul, tearing through 8 Guyanese wickets for only 11 runs. Yes, you heard correctly, 8 wickets for a stingy 11. So Anissa Mohammed, for those out-of-the-world figures, you bowl your way into tonight's CNC3 Sport High.
The evergreen Anissa Mohammed, guys. That's how I do.
All right, thank you so much, Jovan. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Get the best back-to-school specials at Southern Food Baskets. Gala apples, 10 for $20. Tyson chicken leg quarters, 11 pounds, $94.95. Sunland chicken breast, 4 pounds, $94.95. Forte Frost straight cut fries, 2 for $69.95. Swiss Spout ketchup, 2 for $19.95. Swiss macaroni and spaghetti, 400 grams, 4 for $19.95. Swiss lasagna, 2 for $23.95. Aquapure, 330 ml, 5 cases for $90. Offers available while stocks last.
Dress like you mean business. At The Working Woman, we bring you stylish, professional looks made for the modern woman. From casual to formal workwear, we've got your professional wardrobe covered.
Trinidad, it's the season of wins at Facades de Food King. Shop more, save more, and win more. Creamery yogurt, 4 tubs for $20. Catelli tomato ketchup, 750 ml, 3 for $20. Golden brand margarine, 3 sticks for $20. Creamery ice cream, 2 gallons, now $99. Fruta Cool Kids, 200 ml, 4 packs, now $10. Sierra Chicken Franks, 3 packs for $20. Country Pride all-purpose flour, 2 kilograms, 2 for $24.99. Richport vegetable oil, 3 liters, $49.99. Caribbean parboiled rice, 4 kilograms, $35.99. Swiss pasta cuts, 300 grams, 4 for $20. Matux guava jam, 307 grams, 2 for $21.99. MP's peanut butter, 250 grams, 2 for $20. Fresh harvest peas and carrots, 4 tins, $20. Rosemont chicken Vienna sausage, 4 tins, $20. And remember, for every $300 spent, you can enter to win fully loaded coolers, sound systems, 50-inch smart TVs, and more in the season of wins.
Visit Tire Clinic Marketing, New Truck and OTR Tire Service Center at number 30 and 32 Montrose Main Road, Chabonas. Call today at 665-8973 or 672-3419. Alignment services available. Tire Clinic Marketing, Truck and OTR Service Center. A tire for every need.
Southern Food Basket. Quality food to fill your basket. Get it all at Southern Food Basket. Fresh goods on every aisle with best prices. For the best market around, high quality meats pound for pound. Get the best for let's start shopping. Go to Southern Food Basket. Shopping how you like it. High quality at the best prices. Every aisle just wide and spacious. So spend less at Southern Food Basket. Good food at great prices for sure. Come get what you're looking for.
An emotional day for Newsday workers as they move to collect the remainder of their belongings from the company's Shackon Street location. For the last 6 years, senior reporter Paula Lindo produced a range of stories for the TNT Newsday newspaper. As she collected her belongings, she described how devastating it was to see their sweat and tears reduced to numbers as a liquidator carries out the evaluation. She now worries for her colleagues who still have monthly bills to pay.
I know some of my co-workers, one person said that they have, a mortgage, they have 2 children in university, another one has 2 young children, a mortgage, he's the only one working from the family, and we're all kind of hoping that we will land somewhere good for each of us.
For specialist reporter Sean Douglas, who began working with Newsday in September 1996, it was a bittersweet moment. He hopes Newsday's stories will be preserved and archived so younger journalists can draw inspiration.
The closure of Newsday, does it indicate a shift in preference to the online format, which we were unable to actually fully get to grips with in terms of, the online advertising revenue, the Google ads and so on, is a lot less than what companies of newspaper or government department would pay for a print ad.
CNC3 News reached out to the Banking, Insurance and General Workers Union, which represented Newsday workers, but there was no response.
Well, Carnival is more than fetes. There is kaiso, pan and stick fighting.
Soini Gray has this week's roundup of events, making this festival the greatest show on earth.
Last week, the Arima Velodrome was transformed into an open-air calypso tent for the launch of the legacy tent of the late Lord Kitchener, offering a mix of topics for an appreciative audience.
I said, Iris, already behind this tariff.
From the surreal,
a man and wife could have come see for each other. Family bond will be more stronger.
Raunchy,
you do it to business, anything you do for your mother pick up for you.
to musical slapdowns of calypso judges.
I love robbery band. It's not for me to rob nobody. I love them rob and advantage me.
And politicians.
What is the joke running my country? One second, never see come see. Every day they posing and holding court. One second, rookie, I never thought.
And when you've had your calypso fix, there was Pan. As Panya judging for the preliminary round in the large band competition began in the East. Harmonites performing A Comin' Home. The 2025 Panorama champion chose Voices Can't Behave. And Iron Park champion Supernovas went with Casantano's Rum and Coca-Cola. For something a little different, stick fighting prelims will take place Friday night at the Mayara Recreation Ground. A traditional mix of dancing, music and brute force, Kalinda, as it's also known, has been benefiting from renewed interest over the years. So now is a good time to experience it yourself. Soini Gray, CNC3 News.
All right, we've come to the end of the 7 p.m. news here on CNC3. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Maria Rambley.
I'm Ryan Bachu.
I'm Jovan Ravello.
And I'm Jean-Marc Rabasad. Have a good night.